There's a lot of amazing things that were planned on in the 60s that didn't happen for one reason or another. You know, when Woodstock was happening back east, we were supposed to have a Wild West festival in San Francisco. They were going to wire all the street lamps to a Moog synthesizer. Another acid test. The money was saved. The politicians were in the ducks in a row. It was ready to go. And the main promoter stole the money and went to Thailand. It never happened. But it would have been incredible. You know? I don't know if many of your audience knows about who Neal Cassady was. Jack Kerouac, who wrote On the Road, his main character in the book was Neal Cassady. Called him Dean Moriarty. We called him Superman and a lot of other names. He was an amazing man. Jack Kerouac said of Neal Cassady, he would have been the greatest American novelist had he stood still long enough to write a book. Neal was, like my partner Adriel, a vagabond and a natural poet and a man's man. He's the one who drove Kesey's bus all the way across the country and got the cops to let us go in each county because we were spilling out of the bus on acid. And they were saying, and he'd say, "Oh no, I'm driving a bunch of outpatients back to New York." The cops would go, "Oh, okay." Neal was a speed freak, but whether he had speed in him or not, he talked incessantly, profoundly. A half hour of Neal Cassady and you're going, ah, because you're trying to get a question in edgewise, and he'll answer the question in his monologue before you even get to ask. That's who Neal Cassady was. And he was really, I believe, the true king prankster of Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters. I'm in a book called The Kool-Aid Electric Acid Test, written by Tom Wolfe. My name was Merlin. That was the name they gave me. Because I was a pantomime who worked in the fourth dimension. Well, of course, right? So you can imagine Neal Cassady, who talked incessantly, and me, who didn't say a word. We got along just fine.